Alright guys, it's going to be a quick video on how to get the game animation sample project, basically working with your own custom character. So there's a lot of videos on this, but I'll try and do a slimmed down version just to get to the main points that you need to know about. Alright, so when you open up the Epic Games Launcher under the Unreal Engine tab under News, you'll see there's Project Titan and there's also the game animation sample. So check out both of these samples if you are new. Very different, but a lot to learn. And specifically, if you go under the samples for the game animation sample, it's right here as well. This is what I'm going to be using instead of the default third-person controller that comes with Unreal Engine. So if you just click that, it'll bring you to a tab here, and then you can just add it to your library and start this project up. Now, while we're in here, it is worth mentioning that if you go to this Fab tile, the Fab tab, click Start Exploring. Every month you're going to get some free assets available here, so make sure to grab those if you are new and looking to pick up some stuff. It's also just good for learning, or you may end up needing it potentially for a future project, as well as just being aware of that this is the kind of their asset shop, and if you are trying to prototype anything, it's worth taking a look to see if anything exists that you're trying to do. Could end up saving you quite a bit of time. So now let's get back to the game animation sample. If you open that up in Unreal, it looks like this. If you click play, you see you start off with this character. It has a scene and all these different controls, and you have access to a bunch of these different animations that'll choose the best animation based off of what you're trying to do. And you get to do a couple things like vaulting and whatnot as well. So really cool project. Now, I don't need all this stuff for what I am trying to make, but I do like the controls and what it comes with. So all you need to do is, or what I did was, I want to take this character out of this sample animation and bring it into my game. So in order to do that, just click the content drawer down here. Under content blueprints, you'll see the CBP sandbox character. What you're going to want to do is just right click that, go asset actions, and then click migrate. This will open up a window here with all the asset report of what it's going to export out. Just click OK. Navigate to the folder, a project that you already have set up, and click its content folder, and then click select folder, and then that will export everything out into the other project that you have. And lastly, the only other thing you're going to need from this project is go to edit plugins, up here in settings, click show only enabled, and then you're going to want to take note of anything that is enabled inside of this project that isn't enabled inside of your new project. Now I'll put them in the details below so you don't have to do all that work by hand, but that is basically the only thing that you need to do is export the character out, make sure that your new project has the same plugins enabled, because otherwise you're going to be missing some functionality. So now if we go over to here, if I would set this as the CBP sandbox character and hit play, so this is my game now, and you can see I've exported that character out, and now I have access to that character within my game. So now this is my character and everything's good. All I've done in this project so far really is just added foliage, which you don't need to worry too much about. Made a kind of just hand drew a little field to play in, and I put a ball that you can pick up and you can throw it. So that's all I've done so far in this game. What I want to do though is substitute this out with the character that I made. So inside Blender, this is the character that I made, and I based it off of the Captain America model from Rivals just to get the general sizing of that character, because I want to make kind of a football game, and that character kind of stood out as the right stature for what I was looking for. And all you do here is, once you have a custom character, you just go File, Export, FBX, make sure you have selected only, export out the mesh, and that's it. Selected objects only, mesh, you can ignore everything else, export that FBX. Alright, once we're in Mixamo, all you want to do is click upload character here, and then click the character FBX. Alright, this is going to upload your character. All you have to do now is place these markers on the chin, the wrists, the elbows, the knees, and the groin, and click next. And this is going to auto generate a rig for us, and this will give us access to using all the different animation that Mixamo has. And being someone that's not very good at animating, this is perfect for me. Also, a video of how I made the character step by step will be uploaded separately. Alright, once that's done, everything should look and start operating as this. Click next, next. Now we have a character, and what I do normally is just go look for T-pose, click T-pose, and then download my character FBX 30 with skin none, and download that. Alright, so now back inside of Unreal, all you need to do is drag in your Mixamo character into Unreal, and you should get the skeletal mesh, the physics assets, and the skeleton. Alright, next what you want to do is go to the ABP sandbox character, right click, click Retarget Animations. Under the target skeletal mesh, we're going to open up the main skeletal mesh, and then you're going to export the retarget assets. So you'll notice my character is floating, but we'll deal with that in a second. So just click export, put that under content or under my content. I put it under the models, which is where my other character is. Alright, so after the retarget, you should see an IK auto-generated source, a target, and as well as the RTG auto-generated retargeter. So you can see I have duplicate because I've already done this. But the only thing you really need to know after this is if you open this up, just to fix that one issue we were having where it's kind of floating above, is what I did was I clicked the running retarget, and then I clicked auto align snap character to ground. So now it looks like it kind of overcorrects where he's under, and then if I turn that off, it's kind of snapped to the ground now. So that worked for me. I'm not quite sure why it was rendering above the character to begin with. I don't know if that's a Mixamo thing or if I just had a target from Blender, maybe my origin was off. So this may not happen to you, but in order to fix that, that's all I did was just to click that auto align. Then you save it, and then good to go. On to the next step. The last thing you need to do is if you go to blueprints, so what came over from the game sample animation project is this folder called retargeted characters. And inside of here there's a bunch of characters. I copy and pasted one of them and then deleted the rest of them. So I don't have them here, but you should have a bunch of different characters here. And if we just, all I did was copy and paste, so I'll do it again. Copy paste one of these over, open it up. The one that I used was Twin Blast, as you can see here, and then all you need to do is click this. You can rename this as well. I've just been calling it main for now. And then the only thing you need to do differently from the copy paste is click this skeletal mesh asset and then select your skeletal mesh. Compile, save that, and then just remember what you called your blueprint class. Mine was CBP main. I can delete this now. CBP main, and then inside of your world settings, under the default pawn class, just click this and find your character. So CBP main, and now when we hit play, it'll load in our character. So I know this video is a little bit fast, but hopefully that gets you up and running with a character that you made using this game animation sample project, which is really cool that it comes for free, and it works quite well if you are looking for a third-person type of game. If this was at all helpful, remember to click like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next video.